The most powerful thing a person can do is master their calendar. Most people drift through life because they never design their days. Your calendar is either building your future or it's exposing your lack of vision. Most people live reacting to life instead of intentionally creating it. They wake up with no structure, no vision, no direction, and then you wonder why years pass and nothing changes. Ask me how I know. My name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle. I help people, especially those over 50, break out of outdated beliefs so that they can create freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, and leave a powerful legacy. I call this breaking out of the matrix. And if you're under 50, you can glean some powerful insight here as well and possibly shave decades off of your evolution and the achievement of your goals. Today, I'm going in deep on something that's so simple, but so powerful. And I'm talking about having a calendar and mastering a calendar by creating some discipline around your vision and creating some focus and just intentionally creating your life or your goals or creating your lifestyle is what I'm talking about. So your calendar, do you work off of a calendar? Do you have one? A lot of times when we come out of a job mentality, basically our calendar, we base it around our job. So our job basically tells us what to do and is creating our reality for us. At a certain time of day, we get up and we go to work and we come home and we relax for the evening and get ready for work the next day. And in the wintertime, when it's dark early in the morning and it's dark in the evening, I used to work like that. I called it dark to dark. I would get up 4 o'clock in the morning and I would be out on my way to work. About what time? 5:05, because I had to be to work at 5:30. And then I'd work all day to be dark when I got home. And that was my calendar. That was it. But now, when you're working on your goals and you have a plan and you have a vision, you can create this with your calendar. You have your task lined up. You figure out what time you're going to get up. I'm getting up at a certain time. I'm doing certain things. For me, I get up at a certain time. I do my meditations and my prayers. And then I kind of jump right into my content creation. And then from there, I plan out the rest of my morning by taking my walk. I like to take a nice walk in the morning. And then depending on what else I have to do, I have digital classes that I'm sitting in on. I have communities that I'm sitting in with. And I do that. So I have a day that's structured out and that's planned out. And this is how we can control it, by locking it in on our calendar or writing it down. There's an old saying that used to go, is to think is to put it in ink. So you write things down and then you follow this plan. And then in essence, if we do this day in and day out, week in, week out, we should get to our goals that we have. So most people, we never turn our thoughts into goals. We think about success, we dream about freedom, we imagine a better life, but it never gets organized. That's because the thoughts, the ideas, they stay fantasies, they stay unfinished vision. The shift happens when you start writing some of this stuff down. So your calendar is your vision on paper. It gives you your future in a physical form. It becomes your marching orders, your structure, your alignment for your mind and for your body to follow. So I write things down, I use a calendar, and I have an app that I tie into to help me stay structured. On my app, I have affirmations that I work through. I have a vision board that I work through. And then I have my task online that I can check off. So I have these types of things. If you're interested in taking a look at something like that, just comment app down in the comments. So understand that your structure creates momentum. Most people drift because they don't have any structure. And you just wake up, you scroll your social media, you react to your texts, and you just react to your distractions. And I'm not judging anybody. I've been there, and it's something I have to work through daily as well. So a calendar, it creates focus, direction, and clarity. And then this gets interesting because your day becomes a game. Have you heard the expression, don't compare yourself to others, just compare yourself to yourself from the day before? And how do we do that? We do that by setting up a schedule, aligning with a vision, and then instead of saying, what should I do today? We can look at our calendar and we can see what we have to do. So that's your purpose. Now, you don't have to overfill your calendar with all these things to do every hour, although a lot of high performers do that. But you design something that works for you. And understand that your discipline is going to just protect your future. And your calendar is going to create your identity because it's your repetition. And if every day you read, you train, you build, you execute, eventually you're going to end up as that person. So understand that your environment must align with your vision. A lot of people, they drift because there's no filters, there's no boundaries. But when your vision is clear, everything gets evaluated differently. So this is what I mean by breaking out of the matrix from within. We get a handle on this distraction and drifting and reacting and living without structure. And then we create some freedom. You stop wasting a lot of time and you stop living randomly and reacting. And you begin designing, scheduling, and building. So understand that your calendar is your vision in physical form. Your structure is going to create some momentum. Discipline will protect your future. So when you organize your vision, align with your actions, this intentionality will direct your energy. And this is how we begin to break out of this matrix and organize around our purpose. So if I'm making sense, share, subscribe, follow, and understand that the only way out is in. And as always, peace, one love, and control your destiny.